Welcome to Washed,
the whitest things.
I fuck with this show. I think it's like, you know, when you really think about the whitest shit you ever done.
I didn't prepare for this question at all. I didn't have any thoughts to this question.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Washed. I'm Orlando, your host. Today on the show, we have my roommate, Eric Jones.
Hello, everybody.
Eric, can you just tell us how you would describe yourself, nationality, race, however far you want to take it?
Well, as you can already tell by my voice, I'm a good-looking black man. 27. I'm just heavily black. Just that's all I can say.
All right. All right, let's get into it, Eric. Tell me, what is the whitest thing you've ever done?
I actually rethought this not too long ago, and I couldn't believe it didn't hit me before. The whitest thing I've ever done was move to Seattle. That's hands down got to be the whitest thing that I've ever done. It's like reverse gentrification, I guess you could call it.
It's like you put yourself in the situation.
Exactly.
And for those who don't know, can you tell us where you're originally from? Since we do record in Seattle, Washington, and obviously you're my roommate, so we live together.
Yeah. I'm originally from New York.
What part of New York?
Brooklyn, to be exact.
Gotta represent that, man.
Gotta represent Brooklyn.
How does it feel being this much whiter out here in Seattle? Like, is there really that much of a difference? Because there's people that have never been to New York and don't understand like the multiculturalness of it.
It was definitely a culture shock when I moved out here, but luckily, one of my older sisters, she prepared me for something just like this. Like she knew that I was gonna have to deal with a lot of white people in the future. So I felt like she trained me to be in situations and experiences with white people. So it was a culture shock, but I was definitely prepared for it. But the first thing was trees. Like, white people love trees. They love outdoors, and I'm not a big fan of outdoors.
I mean, how many like big trees like we see out here? Like, how much do you actually see out there?
I mean, you've got to go to one of the big parks, like Prospect Park, Central Park. These are the only places that you're gonna see like clusters of trees.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll see like maybe a scraggly little tree on a sidewalk in your neighborhood. But other than that, nothing.
To me, that's crazy. Like, that's one of the things I always say. Like, I don't think I could live somewhere where I'm like completely landlocked. Like, I need nature around me. And I don't know if that's like...
It's not even that landlocked. It's a coastal city.
No,
we got
I know.
Beaches and shit, but it's the tree thing. I don't know what it is with the tree thing in New York. They just need space for buildings, I guess, because it's a heavy populated city.
What was the thing? I guess you are pretty right too. I would not limit yourself to Seattle being the whitest thing, but the Northwest. Because to your point about trees, if I recall correctly, I'm pretty sure Portland has the most parks in a city
Portland
per capita
as well,
than anywhere else.
I haven't visited Portland enough to even use it as for an experience thing.
Yeah.
Like I'd have to spend significant time out there. Like I've been out here for almost 6 years now.
Yeah.
So, and I've been to Portland maybe 3-4 times.
Yeah.
So I don't have too much experience for Portland to use that as an example.
Yeah. So out here in Seattle, what do you think the whitest thing you've ever seen is? Not like, I don't mean like a movie or anything. Like, I mean like, what's the whitest thing you've ever had to experience like for someone else? You know what I mean?
All right. Festivals are one of the like Hemp Fest. Big hippie convention is all it is. You got half naked, dirty, overweight, some too skinny, hairy as hell.
They're hairy every time, which makes no sense to me.
It's I don't get it. But that was one of the whitest things that I've seen since I've been out here. I try not to put myself in too many of those positions. Like, thank God Get Out came out because it finally put it all in like a perspective for people to reference, so they can be like, oh, this is that, and you know, just based on the movie itself. Yeah. So now you have a reference point to how black people feel in a situation where there's mostly white people there, and thank God Jordan Peele made that movie because it was definitely necessary.
I mean, he executed it really well too. Like, I'm not black, but like, I understand where you're coming from, and I've been in situations too where I'm the only minority, and in Vancouver,
we've had that conversation before about how you go to any kind of
colored
gathering,
house.
of a colored person's house, and they'll immediately make you feel welcome and try to, you know, cater to you. Yeah. But you go to a white person's house, and it's like you've got to be on their page or on their level, and it's just like, if you've never experienced it before, it is one of the weirdest things that you'll ever put yourself through. Yeah.
I do think that's a very unique thing that not very many families that, like, or white families I should say, that I've been to their place and I felt like, oh, they're showing me how I should make this chili dog because I've never had a chili dog before.
What the fuck is a chili dog?
It's probably one of the whitest things I've ever eaten.
Man.
And made, because I'm sorry, but I kind of like chili dogs. They're not bad at all.
I feel like that's just one of those things that you eat at carnivals, and I've never been to a carnival.
Would you say a carnival is pretty white, or do you think it's like kind of an all-inviting thing, like in your perspective?
Honestly, I've only ever heard of them being in white cities, so I'd say it's a pretty white thing.
I mean, that's not wrong. What do you think? What do you think the whitest city is you've ever been in? Would you say it's Seattle? Like,
shit, I would have said Ohio, but that's got to be one of the blackest cities that I've ever been in. And I was only in Ohio for a few hours, and I saw more black people in those few hours there than I did in the first few weeks. Yeah. Than when I moved to Seattle. So definitely Seattle's got to be, for me at least, the whitest city.
Yeah, Seattle's pretty up there.
It's pretty fucking white.
All right. Is there anything that, have you been in a situation where you feel like you've had to white it up? Because I know for me, like, I think I do it unnaturally.
All the time.
Like, what do you think the whitest thing you've ever had to do for someone else was? Like, that the situation you were in made you kind of like not force you to do it, but like, you know what I mean? Like
drinking IPA. I had no idea what the hell an IPA was until I moved out here.
Oh man!
And a lot of the friends that I made, the first friends that I made when I moved out here were all white. So when we would go to bars, I'm usually the type to like order a drink, and they're all like drinking beer. So I'm like, oh shit, do I want to be that guy and get like a heavy drink?
Yeah, get the rum and coke while they get the Rainiers.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, shit, I'm just gonna order whatever it is they get. And then they ordered Rainiers, and I was like, all right, I'll have one of those. And that was one of the roughest experiences that I've ever dealt with.
I mean, not that Rainier is an IPA, but to get that point across, you know.
Well, yeah, because I wasn't a big beer drinker. My dad drank mostly imported stuff, so like Heineken. That's what, as a Jamaican, we love Heineken. So that's another thing. The Heineken was our drink, but I don't see too many, you know, imports in bars out here.
Yeah, not really. If anything, they'll have their stuff. Modelo or their Tecate or whatnot, but like, it never gets that deep.
It never gets that deep. So, yeah, having to drink an IPA, I couldn't even tell you the name of it or of any IPA.
And those names get so ridiculous sometimes. So like, I don't even know what I'm ordering half the time. I'm like, does this exist like all the time, or am I just getting this today and then if I come back tomorrow it's another IPA?
Exactly.
Because you like changing the name of things, or is it like legitimately a white, like another drink?
Clue. I think the one that I had most recently was called like Starburst. Weird.
That is pretty weird. Did it taste like Starburst?
Hell no. It tasted like every other IPA on this planet.
Yeah, I feel like you just really have to have like a knack for knowing or like really be into IPAs in order to tell the difference.
Because they fucking love IPAs.
I mean, that is pretty dang true.
And surprisingly, white girls love IPAs.
I don't know what it is about it.
I don't know what it is.
Like, the moment white girls get into beer, they like, it's a hard dive into IPAs, I feel like. And I know a couple girls that like will go to like the places where they make their own like breweries and stuff like that and like get their IPA spread or whatever you call it. The little testers. Like
this last girl that I was talking to, she actually had a pretty good reason for drinking IPAs because they have a higher alcohol content, so you drink less of it. She was talking about for the calories or whatever.
Yeah.
White girl thing. So that made sense to me where it's like, all right, you just want to get fucked up faster for less money. That I'm down for.
Yeah.
But if it comes down to the taste, I can't do it.
But like, wouldn't you, as a girl, wouldn't you just go for the wine?
You would think so.
How?
Think so. Oh, another thing. This girl she's half white.
Okay.
She's half white, half Latina.
Gotcha.
So I don't know if that plays.
And she likes IPAs.
She does. Like I said, it's for the calorie.
That's pretty interesting.
That's for the calorie thing.
How white do you think wine is?
That's pretty damn white. I mean, it's a running joke amongst housewives and white women. It has to do with Sex in the City, I think.
Yeah.
Wine and Sex in the City went hand in hand.
Sex in the
I
City.
think that's why
white too.
That show was fucking popular because of wine, and wine was popular because of that show. See, white people know how to help each other.
I don't know if I would attest a show to wine, but
hey,
I understand your reasoning of thinking of that.
They drink it while they watch the show. Well, actually no, they drink wine doing pretty much anything, huh?
That is very true.
Yeah.
We were going to the beach in California, and my uncle's wife is white, and she started handing out mugs to all the other girls. And my mom, I don't know if it was my sister thought it was coffee at first, but it definitely wasn't coffee, and it was definitely a very heavy wine. Like, that to me is pretty white. Like, the Mexican dude might have his mug with his Bud Light in it or the Corona or whatnot, but like a mug full of wine just so people don't see you drinking at the beach.
Yeah, they'll they'll hide it in anything, man.
But hey, are you down to drink that wine?
Fucking right. You fucking right. There's got to be a rosé though. Give me a rosé.
All right.
I'm bougie like that.
Does rosé make it less white to you, or is it just a taste preference?
I think rosé makes it less white. I'd have to say.
Honestly, I would agree with you too.
See?
Yeah.
I was like just sitting here thinking about like,
and maybe we can.
Or is it more?
Maybe we can accredit that to Rick Ross. If we're gonna credit Sex in the City to normal wine, we can thank Ricky Rose for letting us buy rosé and not feel too white.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it does help us cush that a little bit. We got to keep our numbers up. We got to stay together.
Exactly. I mean, it's a pink drink. Cameron made it cool for dudes to wear pink, so it's like, it go hand in hand.
I mean,
I gotta go with the rosé.
I mean, we just might have to go pick up a bottle of rosé for this weekend.
Have to go pick up a bottle
of rosé. Two. Ooh. I don't think I've even finished a bottle of rosé, so let's get this done, man.
We're gonna get it done.
All right, Eric. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm sure you'll be on again at some point, just because you're a door away from me, so it makes it easy.
Yeah.
And if I ever need help, I might have to tap you in and just give me a little co-assist here. Is there anything you want to plug or anywhere people can find you?
My heaviest presence is on Instagram. That's where most people can find me. I have two. I have a personal Instagram and a photography Instagram. The personal one is yo_e. It's yo as YO 0_E. And my photography one is shot_by_E. That's pretty self-explanatory. So.
Cool. Also, great photographer. Also, his Instagram story will make you laugh about 75 to 90% of the time. And I say 75 because some of them people won't catch, but...
Again, it's the white thing. I feel like a lot of my Instagram stories are heavy on the N word, and I kind of feel bad for the white people looking at it. Like, are they saying the N word in their head when they're reading it, or? But you know.
All right, thanks, Eric.
All right.
Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at WashPod. Email us at whatswash@gmail.com. This episode of Wash was recorded and produced by Studio 833.